We have got a little bit of money coming back into the market today. Any particular reason why we have changed course? And I'm particularly interested to know what's moving Bamburi.
Yes, Bamburi, as you mentioned, made up about 42% of total market turnover. It did a total market of about 324 million shillings. That's quite impressive for a stock that is considered quite illiquid, together with other cement stocks such as ARM and East African Portland Cement. But on Bamburi, there's quite a lot of speculation in the market. We saw a lot of speculators coming on the back of rumors that there's quite a big institutional investor that was coming in to pick up shares from the market. We expect activity to continue after we come back from the holiday break. So this was quite impressive, and we expect probably it may even touch levels of 190. We were seeing as market was closing, there was some demand at almost coming at levels of 189 for block bids, block offers. So that was quite impressive.
Yeah, let's get back to Bamburi. I mean, who could it be?
I mean, I don't want to speculate here, but
we can speculate a little bit.
I think it could be probably one of the main shareholders in the stock currently, maybe looking to increase their shareholding.
Is that a positive thing, do you think, just in terms of where Bamburi is going and where the market in Kenya is going, particularly given the issues that we know are still in that market ahead of the elections next year?
Yes, I think it's actually a positive thing. As you've seen the activity, I mean, it's actually helped push up the index. And Bamburi has very strong fundamentals, as in the growth that's expected in Kenya in 2013, 2014. The cement industry is expected to really benefit from this, especially with the huge spend on infrastructure. So cement stocks are looking solid across the board. Of course, there's the exception such as East African Portland, but mainly this is due to corporate governance issues. But I think once these are all sorted out, even Portland will also look quite attractive.
8 million shares today, closing at 27.50 shillings. Is this just normal market noise, or is there some activity as well going on that front?
No, that's basically normal market trading. KCB is always a popular stock with foreign investors. We saw a lot of profit taking when it broke the 30 shilling number. So the price came off for the last, I think I'd say about 8 to 10 days. We've seen it, it's actually found a floor of about 27.25. It doesn't seem to be breaking that. It bounced up and closed today a slightly higher at 27.50.
So let's move on to CMC Motors. Given what the issues that we know this company is dealing with, they are of course contesting the decision by Land Rover and Jaguar to try and terminate their franchise. Do you think they've got a chance?
No, not likely. I mean, the corporate governance issues seem far from sorted out, and there's a lot of foreign investment coming into, especially into the motor industry. We've seen number of car purchases, I mean, shooting up. If you compare 2008 and where we are now, 2012, it's almost doubled. So this is a market that's growing. We're seeing a lot of people coming in, a lot of franchises coming in. So the competition is quite high, and if you sleep on the job, of course, you will lose dealerships.
Yeah. So do you think they'll keep the franchise?
No, actually, okay, this is a personal opinion, but I think at the end of the day, they'll actually lose out on it, because what we're seeing is actually because of all the issues that's been going on at the board level, this has affected their bottom line and also their sales. And what happens is at the end of the day, dealership is looking at their own bottom line, so they will go with who sells the cars.
Yeah. So you would sell at this stage?
Pardon?
You would sell the stock at this stage?
Actually, it's not been trading. I think for the last
it's suspended.
More than 12 months, it's been suspended. Yes.
Right.
And I think once it comes, I mean, if they actually lift the suspension, we will see a lot of people exit the position.
Yeah. So Centum is coming to the market to raise 5 billion shillings in bonds. Is this a stock that you'd look at and say, you know, encourage investors to take a look at?
What we've seen with Centum is actually it's changed quite a bit over the last 2 years, and they seem to be concentrating a lot more on real estate. They have a lot of large projects in the pipeline. I think with Centum, it's a growth stock. If you're going into Centum, look at 5 years or more. It's not for short-term investors. This is a long-term stock. It's a long-term hold, and with the growth expected in the next 2 to 3 years in GDP, I think that the real estate projects should pan out, and it will actually be a really good stock.
Yeah. Would you have an idea of what pricing might likely be?
Pardon?
Pricing around the bond issue. Would you have an idea? Can you give us some sort of range?
No. Basically, I think rates have been coming off over the last 4 weeks. And as you've seen with prime rates, they're all at an average of about 9.5% now. And the short end, that is 2, 3, and 5 years, although are still at double-digit levels, we've been seeing papers 2 years and below, bids on the secondary market coming in at 10% and below. So looking at this paper, and if you place about a premium of 200 to 300 basis points, you'd expect anywhere between 12 to 13%.
So before we let you go, Kenneth, we are asking all the brokers who are coming through to give us their forecast for the equities market for 2013. What's your forecast return in percentage terms, please?
2013 will be, I think the main aspect that makes it quite unpredictable is the March general election. Although, as we had said, we expect it to trade rather flat until then. But if the election were to go through peacefully, I think we would see anywhere between 20 to 30% for 2013.